Soft, tender dough wrapped around a delicious savory cabbage filling, these homemade pierogi are pure comfort food. Today, we're making traditional cabbage pierogi from scratch, and I'll show you how to get that perfectly tender dough every time. They're surprisingly simple to make, and once you taste homemade pierogi, it's hard to go back to store-bought. For the dough, we'll need flour, a little salt, a touch of oil, egg, and hot water. To start, crack 1 egg and mix well. Make a well in the flour, pour in the egg, and add a teaspoon of salt. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and mix the egg and flour thoroughly. If you don't mix it well, the egg might cook, and we don't want that. Now pour in 250 grams of boiling water and mix everything with a spatula to avoid burning your hands. Don't pour all the water in at once. It's better to add it in portions. We'll end up with a mixture like this. The dough cooled down a bit while we were stirring it with the spatula, so now we'll knead it by hand. Don't rush this step. The softer the dough, the more delicate your pierogi will be. The dough is kneaded for just a couple of minutes, resulting in a very soft, pliable dough. Cover the prepared dough and place it in the refrigerator to rest for about half an hour. Meanwhile, prepare the cabbage filling. Grate or hand chop the fresh cabbage. Add some carrot, not too much, and chop about half a medium onion. It is very important to add sauerkraut to the filling. For every 400 grams of fresh cabbage, add 200 grams of sauerkraut. It is precisely this ingredient that gives the filling its amazing flavor. I have a detailed tutorial on my channel on how to properly ferment cabbage, and I'll leave the link in the description. Or you can simply buy sauerkraut at the store. The cabbage cooks slowly until it's tender and lightly caramelized. Season with salt and black pepper. We will stew the cabbage over low heat, stirring constantly and covering with the lid between stirrings. The filling should be flavorful, but most importantly, it needs to be fairly dry. Too much moisture can make the pierogi difficult to seal. Let the filling cool completely before assembling the pierogi. While we were preparing the filling, the dough rested and became even more elastic. We'll knead it briefly and start making magnificent pierogi. Cut off a portion of the dough that you can work with at one time and cover the rest so it doesn't dry out. Dust the work surface with just a little flour and roll out the dough very thinly. The advantages of scalded dough for pierogi are its high elasticity, strong seams, and tender texture. It does not tear during shaping or boiling. Cut out round shapes from the rolled out dough. You can use whatever you have on hand for this. I use a cutter, but I used to just use a glass. Place the completely cooled filling onto the dough, leaving a little space around the edges so that it's easy to seal. pinch the edges firmly so they don't come apart. I usually go over them a couple of times until I'm sure they're well sealed. My whole family loves cabbage pierogi, so I always make a large batch. The recipe in this video is for 500 grams of flour, though I almost always make a double batch. Prepare a bowl to hold the pierogi and place some butter at the bottom. Then add salt and a bay leaf to a pot of water and wait for it to come to a rolling boil. I don't know exactly how many generations back this recipe goes. I know my grandmother made it this way, then my mother, and now I do. And yesterday, my daughters did the exact same thing. I think this is one of the ways the bond between generations manifests itself. Carefully add the pierogi in batches so they have enough room to move. It is very important to stir during the first few seconds so it doesn't stick together. Once they float to the surface, give them a little more time to cook, about a minute, until the dough is tender. Just look at these beautiful homemade pierogi. Mix it thoroughly with the butter, but not with a spoon. Instead, use this shaking method. The dough is tender, the cabbage filling is savory and flavorful, makes them absolutely irresistible. This is the kind of food that brings everyone to the table. Serve them warm with sour cream and caramelized onions, or simply enjoy them with a little melted butter. If you've ever made pierogi at home, tell me in the comments what filling you love the most. Thank you for spending some time in our cozy home today. Don't forget to subscribe for more homemade recipes, and I'll see you in the next video.